From the post-millennial, Superman actor Dean Cain to join ICE will be sworn in, quote, ASAP. Dean Cain, an actor who played Superman in the 1990s TV show Lois and Clark. Lois and Clark?
Lois.
Lois and Clark.
Come on, 90s,
so
man.
sorry.
Lewis and Clark, that was totally different.
Oh, we can't get them all right. The New Adventures of Superman told Fox News' Jesse Waters Primetime on Wednesday that he is joining ICE. Kane explained that he had put out a recruitment video on Tuesday in which he had laid out the benefits interested parties would get of joining ICE, of which Waters had shown a clip on his show. Let's take a look at the clip real quick.
What are you going to be doing at ICE?
Well, let me go back a minute here, Jesse. This is all your fault, by the way.
Yeah?
I'll explain why.
Why?
Because I put out a recruitment video yesterday. I'm actually a deputy sheriff, a sworn deputy sheriff, and a reserve police officer. I wasn't part of ICE. But once I put that out there and you put a little blurb on your show, it went crazy. So now I've spoken with some officials over at ICE, and I will be sworn in as an ICE agent ASAP. So they'll have 80,001 recruits for their 10,000 positions.
Well, they can't have a better guy than Dean Cain. Are you going to be hopping out of ICE fans and apprehending guys?
I will do whatever Director Lyons wants me to do. If that's what it takes, absolutely. I somehow doubt I'll be in that position, but I would be there in a heartbeat. These brave men and women need someone to stand up for them. So rarely, these days are we seeing that. Someone like Daniel Penny stands up, he gets vilified. Dan Bongino steps up, gives up $5 million a year, and goes and takes his position at the FBI. This is the kind of thing where people have to step up. I'm stepping up. Hopefully, a whole bunch of other former officers, former ICE agents will step up and we'll meet those recruitment goals immediately.
That Chiron was incredible. Illegals have their kryptonite.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
I love it. Patriot Kane, I think you should do it in the Superman costume for like some media on it. I think that'd be fantastic. Like literally Superman kicking out the illegals. This isn't novel though. Steven Seagal did this. Remember, he became a cop. He went, he became a cop.
It looks more like a publicity thing.
But
he won't even flat out say whether he's actually going to be on the. It's probably a desk job or a media job.
No, Steven Seagal is out there like arresting people. So
he had
I
a
think
show
he will
too,
do
like
it.
Lawman.
Exactly, where he's just a cop and he comes in.
It's worth noting that like ICE is so much different than anything we've seen so far. Yeah. ICE in the Trump administration, because this really does feel like to some degree like the Reconquista. And this is like This is the ability to participate in the Reconquista, put your name in the history books. I was talking to Owen Schroyer about this earlier, and he was in total agreement. So I don't know if you guys agree, but if you're like a young man and you really feel like your inheritance has been stolen when you look around your country, you see ICE as like the ticket to like actually restore that inheritance.
Plus like $50,000.
That doesn't hurt.
Yeah, potential signing bonus.
The glory alone is great, and then you can pay off your college.
You guys covered this last night though. Like they still like the barrier to entry is still ridiculous, right? It's like you have to be a government employee, you have to have a 4-year, you have to do. I mean, why would we do that?
4-year gets you around it, and it's like half of Zoomers are going to college. So,
but again, like why put yourself in debt for something? Like if you know this is the job you want to do
anyway.
Who goes to college?
Zoomers.
Oh, that's a bad choice.
More than half are in college. Like, I mean, that's your prerogative.
I think you're going to get better candidates. I like Tim's point on this.
I agree.
Let them in and train them.
But
literally anybody can do any job. That was the whole thing with Leonardo.
I don't think that's true. I don't think
Leonardo
anybody
DiCaprio's
can do
character
any
in Catch
job.
Me If You Can. He literally taught himself to do.
Okay, but that's a different thing.
Right, but he learned,
and they are working.
There's a ton of jobs I can't do. Like I can never be an elephant trainer.
If you had on-the-job training and somebody that was good at their job, you 100% could be an elephant trainer.
I don't think so.
I do.
And also, like,
I could never be a weightlifter.
Okay. Well, what do you mean? You pick up a weight? You're a weightlifter.
No, that's not a profession. This is not.
Profession. That's different. But if you have like someone
that's what we're talking about. We're talking about jobs.
I know. But if you have someone that's good at their job at training, you can learn.
Never going to be a rodeo clown.
So this is blank slate theory. Disavowed.
They could never put
this is libtard theory and
blank slate theory. What is?
Yeah, you're saying anyone can be a weightlifter. It's like no, you need to be Austrian. That's how it works.
Anybody could be a man if they just wish it hard enough.
It's not that. No, I'm not talking about biology. What I'm talking about is like literally on the job training. Tate, you weren't in the seat. A couple months later, guess what? You're in the seat. You learn how to do the job.
Yeah, I didn't transition for the job. I can't be a weightlifter.
I'm just saying, like, we need to have more faith in the workforce and not look at people that don't have a college degree as lessers.
Okay, you're all wrong, Sean. You're all wrong. I just got a text from a friend, Devin. He's a bodybuilder, and he said Blue Hoodie has no idea what weightlifting is like.
Okay.
That kind of says it all right
Some people
there.
just don't have the genetics for it.
All right.
I think
I think we
cannot
should
push
just
through
all call Sean Blue Hoodie
You
from
can
now
call me
on.
Blue Hoodie.
That's what the
Listen,
chat's calling
I'm
me.
right. I've been on many work sites where you can literally teach someone. Like, I don't like looking at people as lesser, especially people that are on the floor.
I
Like,
view people's lesser all the time. That's
Okay.
being American.
I think
That's what makes us great.
we're all
that's the
humans,
problem, though, is that we don't accept the fact that some people can't do certain
Yeah,
things.
exactly.
Whether it's a gender issue or an ethnicity or race issue or just an intellect issue. Like, there's going to
okay,
be
all right.
jobs that we can't do.
So I'm gonna ask you this question. So you think that your race prevents you from learning a job?
There are some things that I mean, this is just factual. Like, there are some races that excel at certain things over others, and that's not. I don't think that's. I think it's actually better to accept.
Do you have any
that.
examples?
I'm not going to give an example.
Well, I mean,
But
let's
I'll-
get into it.
Like,
What are the examples?
I couldn't probably be a bodybuilder, right? Like.
because you're Mexican.
I think I don't have the genetics for it. Like, I look at my
Because you're
father and my
Mexican.
family.
Oh, yeah, but
right?
I'm not saying. But your race, does your race actually prevent you
I
from
think
doing?
in some situations that there are specific things that you cannot.
Examples,
Track and
boys.
field.
Okay,
Yeah,
track and field. All right.
Yeah, you
what-
look at like football teams. There's majority blacks because they excel. Like, look at how they build muscle faster.
Well,
they
Fast
run
twitch
faster.
muscle fibers.
Yeah,
extended
absolutely.
heel
Okay,
bone.
okay.
You look at like some Asian.
So you don't think
cultures
that comes
excel.
from the culture that's pushing the kids to be in sports from like the age of
I don't
5?
think that that's actually true.
Okay.
I think science will actually show that black people have a tendency to build muscle faster and have.
They
higher-
develop
you're-
earlier. and
So
then-
what you guys are saying is black people are better at sports than white people.
Yeah. Yes. Obviously, that's like everyone in
All
I
America.
don't think that's.
All right,
I don't
just
think
wanna get
that's
that out
true
there.
Either.
with team sports. Yeah. That's
I don't think that's true.
I don't think
you're
it's
arguing
true
against,
either. I
like,
think you can
the
train like
NBA and NFL. I mean,
Well,
the
there
NHL
was-
is all
but I
we got.
mean, that's just recently. That's just
Exactly.
recently. I mean, the NBA, like, the NBA originally, like, it was mostly
white dudes,
Jewish players.
Jewish players.
You know,
Yeah,
and
when
then
they were
it
all like
changed.
plumbers.
Yeah, but there's
Yeah,
also
LeBron-
like
LeBron
there also,
against
when
a
you
bunch of
try to
6'4".
get like to a higher elite level, like yes, if you're
But I
taking
mean,
from a
that's
certain
just
base, but
that's
if
just
you're
where we are right now culturally.
I think it's
that
more
could
culture.
change.
In the black community, they really push their kids to focus on sports at an earlier age than in other groups.
Yeah, but I lived in America and have had white parents who pushed their sons and daughters to be like soccer players, and that's all they do their whole life. And ski racing as well. Like, I ski race as a kid. Like, people put their entire life behind that, and like, yo, your kid is never winning an FIS race. It's never going to happen.
Understood.
Like, no
I'm
matter
not
what
saying
you
I'm
think.
not saying anyone can do anything. What I'm saying is your race doesn't necessarily prevent you from doing something. Like, you can be born
No, of course
in
your
any
race doesn't prevent you
right.
from doing
So you can be
things. I
born
agree
like
with that
Yao
100%.
Ming was 8 foot. He was in the NBA forever. They
Sure.
loved him.
And
He's
what about
Chinese.
what about there was like a plethora of Eastern European basketball players for a while that were like
Right now.
and the
dominating.
Europeans are
Right now.
crushing in the NBA,
Yeah.
and they're white, Tate.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I just think it's a non-starter if we're going to say that white Americans are just as
I don't
likely
think-
to be in
I
the
think it's
NBA
a
as
bad
black
argument.
Americans.
But it's
think it's a
about.
bad argument.
I think that's totally cultural.
Yep,
To
I agree.
I
That's
grew
why,
up I grew up in Memphis. I really wanted to go to the NBA. You realize pretty quickly it's not going to happen.
But I'm saying there is a white person like you, like taller than you and better than you, that could, is what I'm saying.
And I think if we're talking in generalities,
Generality.
yeah,
like,
so of
exceptions
course
don't
there's
just
going to
prove the norm.
Exactly.
Right, but also there's something to
What about
hard work
hockey?
and grit.
Right?
In
I mean,
this
look
country,
at hockey. Like that's a very.
But we also look at generalities in like gender. Like, men perform better in certain things
Sure.
than women do, and vice versa. Women
yeah,
perform
but
better than men.
that's
Academic
definitely-
Olympiads, you
that's
see a-
definitely.
And I think if
there's
you
a
can
lot of
accept the fact, if you
biological
accept the
things
fact
about
that genders have
Gender and race
superiority
are
in certain
totally
things,
different.
Gender
then
and
I
race
think it makes sense that races would fall into that
I
as well.
Gender and race are totally
gender and race are
completely
different. Also, too, like there is something in this country. A, make colorblindness great again. B,
I agree with
we
that.
were always taught, like from when we were kids. Guess what? With enough hard work, you can get there.
Totally.
Okay. Like that's the
I don't
message.
think that's
I'm sick of
always
this.
true, but
I
do
know, but
respect
the
the
message
message.
should still be to the kids instead of telling kids, "Hey, you're victims. You're this. You're never
With
gonna
enough
make
hard
it."
work, you
We
too
need
can read
to
the
get back
Odyssey.
to that.
You know,
like you can do it. Like you can do it. Put your mind.
Okay,
to it.
but you literally you mentioned you said
yeah.
you said someone taller than you can make the NBA. So you're already conceding that your genetics absolutely determine
So
what
like
you're going to do with your life.
Okay, fair. So instead of maybe being a player, they can go into ads for the NBA. They can go into something.
not talking about
I'm just saying, dude, like sometimes your dream is your dream. It's like, hey, I want to be in the NBA no matter what. It's like,
but they're not being prevented from it. Like you can, just because you are able to do something doesn't mean you're going to be like
also
the best.
part of the
telling them their race it doesn't allow them to do it. It's a bad message.
I agree.
I don't think anywhere in the United States, anywhere is telling you can't do something because
just said
you're
it on
like
this.
this.
If my
No,
kid,
that's not what that's not the point. The point is
kids-
saying like it's bigger than just like any person's skin color. Like skin color means almost nothing. Like, I have a friend from North London that has lived in London his whole life, and he's a black guy, and he doesn't have anything to do with like, but he's English in all sense of the word. I understand that. I'm not like not being an idiot here, but I'm saying like, just the idea that someone has like their skin color is like the only thing that determines, like, we have a major issue in this country with cultural assimilation.
Yes.
Cultural assimilation is the major issue with all of this immigration. It has nothing to do with the skin color. I don't care what your skin color is. It matters if you can assimilate into the culture and become an American.
Right.
That's the issue. I don't want to be like, oh, well, we can let anyone. It's like, yeah, sure, anyone can do it, but can they reach those? Like, we're based on meritocracy. Can you reach the actual levels? Just because you can do the job doesn't mean you're the optimal person for the job. Doesn't mean you're the best person to be doing it.
But hard work.
Way big, yeah, hard work, sure, but like
gets you there. It's the point I make.
Sure.
That needs to come back in our culture. Like we lost that. The kids these days are being taught your sex, your race, whatever. It's holding you back. There's nothing you can do. Our society's stacked against you. Instead of getting back to what the 90s and the 80s kids were told, it's like, hey, you want to do that? Do it.
Yeah, and look, we're telling people you can be anything you want. Got us.
Shoot for
Got
the
us
moon.
into the biggest mess in the
If you
world.
shoot for the moon, the worst you can do is land on the stars.
I'm not making any argument for like genetic determinism. I'm just saying like people need to be like kind of realistic and stop telling like 5-foot women they can be cops.
That's where I fall. It's like you just have to be able to accept the fact that, you know, if you're 5'5", you're probably not going to be an NBA player.
I wanted to be a
the
model,
police,
and I walked into so many open calls in New York, and they were like, "Get out of here! You're not."
Even
6'3".
with the police, though, there's clerical needs. There's a whole bunch of office needs. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
This started talking about ICE officers, and then you're making an argument. It's like no.
The ICE has
Standards.
clerical
They
needs.
need
They have
standards.
logistical needs. They need people mapping out where the trucks are going.
But like there's definitely someone that's being better at doing that, and someone that's being worse at doing that. And I think like right now we have a situation where it's like, just because you can do the basic job, like I see videos of people at Walmart that are like not doing the job at all, and like, oh well, I worked 4 hours and I get this money. It's like I'm just quiet quitting. I'm just trying to like whatever get by. It's like I don't want you working there, bro. The stuff needs to get on the shelves. Like stuff needs to happen. We need to like have a functioning country. Just because some people can do the job theoretically doesn't mean they actually will. Doesn't mean they have like a real drive to actually.
But you're
do the
missing
job
the
well.
point of the message. The message is if you truly want to do it, hard work will get you there. I understand what you're saying, Serge. Like if they don't want to do it, you're right. You're not going to force a circle into a square peg, right? But if somebody's truly motivated and they're like, this is my dream, this is the thing I want to do, we should be
But that messaging has gone too far because you're seeing so many like institutions, whether it's schools or even military or police, they're lowering the standards because they want to accommodate that ideology. They want to say, well, you're telling somebody you can do whatever they want, and they physically or literally can't. So we're just going to lower the standards so that they can hit that.
Completely.
And that's the big problem.
That was never part of the messaging in the 90s. It wasn't like work hard and you can achieve because we're going to lower the standards. It's work hard so you know what it takes.
Work hard so we can replace you with a ton of random people that we're going to bring to the country at the end of your college
That
years.
wasn't the
say,
message.
Oh, sorry, our bad.
was
Like,
the
anyone can do the job, and everyone can.
The clankers.
Was we have a generation of children whose parents told them they can do anything they want, they can be anything they want, and that just raises a bunch of really, really entitled people.
I disagree. I think it brings up people that like actually think outside the box and can think past like what society is putting on them as far as you can only do this. Like if it's America, dude, that's the whole reason why we are America. People come here because they know if you work hard enough here, you can do whatever you want.
Stop coming. Yo, stop coming here.
Yeah, please. You can't. Your
listen,
dreams will not happen here. We're full.
Yes, exactly. We're full now.
Unless
I'm saying
you
that
can-
was always the idea.
Unless you want to join ICE, then we can maybe make an exception.
I think like telling kids that the white kids are oppressing the black kids and the black kids are victims and they're never going to make it. That's a horrible.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's not what I
though.
was arguing either.
Yeah,
Well, that is what's being taught today.
I thought we started with anyone could come and do anyone else's job if taught by somebody who does that job. I don't agree with that.
Really?
No.
So, okay, give me a couple of examples of jobs you think that can't be taught outside of weightlifting, which
I mean, I could teach you how to be an audio engineer over the course of like 10 or 15 years if you're really good at music. And
so
that's what
you don't
love
think
to
anyone
do.
can learn how to be audio engineers as long as
I think it's pretty difficult to teach writing. I mean, if you're You know,
So
you can teach somebody who can
There's some
write to
things that
be
just require
better.
we can't teach writing either.
You can teach somebody who can write to be a better writer, but I don't think you can teach someone who has no skill to be good.
Listen, there's always a percentage for the X factor in anything. And I think if people have that X factor, and a lot of times it's interest and passion, like autism, to the point where they want to just do it. You know what I mean? Those are the people you can train. That's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about you can train some Joe Schmo off the street that's like not interested at all. I'm talking about the people that actually have a
that's
passion.
what you're saying.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you can get them there, right? Like,
I think both are possible. I mean, you look at the classic disposition, which is Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Lionel Messi is like 5'6". Nothing about he has a growth hormone deficiency. Nothing about him would indicate this is going to be a top level athlete, and he's the greatest soccer player of all time. Right. On the other hand, if Cristiano Ronaldo is 6'3", physical specimen, he trains, he's like has the most diligent diet probably on planet Earth, and he's also achieved that very high level. So it's like there is two pathways. You could work your way there, or with Lionel Messi, he does work very hard, obviously, but there's just a
natural.
He just has a certain level of talent, and so it's like it's the same thing with writing or the same thing as sound engineers. Like, you can teach someone to get to a really good point, but to be that Lionel Messi, you just have to have that intangible talent that is born.
And I don't know if you're too young, but like Muggsy Bogues was in the NBA. Does anyone remember Muggsy Bogues?
Yeah.
He was like 5'1", 5'2". I mean, what if people told him, "Oh, you're not tall enough, whatever, blah blah blah." That dude was like an all-star. I mean, there are exceptions. So like, all I'm saying is it shouldn't be taken off the table. We shouldn't be teaching kids that they're worthless and that they're victims. We should be teaching them that you can do anything.
Totally.
Put your mind to it. Figure it out. Especially if you have the passion.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.